Lawyers march in Putrajaya demanding judicial independence, with Bar Council members joined by opposition leaders in a rare show of solidarity. Meanwhile, Ezri Ramli warns that a judge accused of interference may soon rise to the top judicial post. And Perikatan Nasional ramps up pressure on Anwar Ibrahim to resign, calling for a full probe into allegations involving a senior judge. Stay tuned for all this and more. Did the Malaysian Bar just call out the government on its own turf? The Malaysian Bar has officially walked the talk. Hundreds gathered in Putrajaya this afternoon to push back against what they say are serious threats to judicial independence. The Walk to Safeguard Judicial Independence kicked off at 2 p.m. from the Palace of Justice. It ended 2.6 kilometers later at the Prime Minister's office. 7 bar representatives led by President Ezri Abdul Wahab handed over a memorandum of demands. Civil society groups and opposition politicians from the legal fraternity also joined in. Notable names in the crowd include ex-AG Tommy Thomas, Rais Yatim, and PN leaders Takiuddin Hassan and Wan Saiful Wanjan. PKR Deputy President Nurul Izzah Anwar also took part in the march. The Bar says an extraordinary general meeting will be held on July 26 to discuss what comes next. This walk comes after fresh concerns erupted over judicial interference. Over the weekend, alleged meeting minutes from the Judicial Appointments Commission, or JAC, surfaced online. They seem to support claims that a senior judge was being pressured behind the scenes. There's also unease that the government is ignoring JAC recommendations made under former Chief Justice Tengku Maimun.
Why do you say that the judiciary is not independent, sir? Can you give us an example?
No, we have seen there are a lot of several media statements, talks in social medias that could jeopardize the independence of the judiciary. We would like that to be settled, and we are asking the government to resolve it as soon as possible.
Are you giving the government a time frame on how soon is it?
No, we are not giving any timeline to the government.
Meanwhile, Kota Baru MP and past Secretary General Takiuddin Hassan describes today's march as deeply meaningful because it was joined by people from all walks of life.
Saya beberapa kali telah menyertai program seumpama ini. Saya jadi peguam sejak tahun 90 lagi. Banyak kita lalui. Ini adalah paling ramai. Dan saya rasa ini satu perkara yang perlu diambil berat perhatian oleh kerajaan. Apabila peguam, satu badan yang non-partisan, satu badan yang tidak berpihak kepada mana-mana parti, melainkan berpihak kepada keadilan, maka bila mereka berhimpun menyatakan menghantar memorandum, perkara itu patut diberi perhatian oleh pihak kerajaan sendiri. Bukan daripada satu parti, semua, all walk of life datang sini. Bukan peguam pun ada, ahli parlimen ada, pelajar-pelajar, mahasiswa, semuanya ada.
Could a judge accused of interference end up leading the entire judiciary? During a forum last night, Ezri Ramli claimed that a controversial judge could soon rise to the top. At the event, the former Economy Minister said Acting Chief Justice Hasna Hashim and Acting Court of Appeal President Zabaria Yusof are expected to be confirmed in their roles. However, both are on short-term extensions. According to Ezri, that timing opens the door for another judge who has been accused of interference to climb the ranks and potentially become Chief Justice.
Meaning that within 5-6 months down the line, most probably kita akan mendapat seorang ketua hakim negara yang on record daripada minit mesyuarat yang telah pun dibocorkan sekarang, ada tuduhan-tuduhan ini.
He was referring to leaked Judicial Appointments Commission minutes from May, which appeared to support earlier claims of judicial interference tied to a leaked police report. Malaysia Kini is withholding the judge's name pending their response. Earlier in the forum, Rafizi also drew parallels to the infamous VK Lingam scandal.
Unknown to many people, kes besar yang I think is going through the process now ialah yang melibatkan elit-elit maha kaya ni, yang Anwar selalu sebut maha kaya ni. The same people who were behind VK Lingam then, my fear is the same people who have interest to make sure that the judiciary is reconstituted in such a way that when the big case goes through, they win.
So should Rafizi and 8 PKR MPs be suspended? just for backing a judicial RCI. That's what 30 PKR branch chiefs from Johor and Kedah are demanding, accusing them of breaking party ranks. Rafizi says it's the grassroots leaders' right, but PKR isn't a party that acts on a whim.
Itu hak mereka lah. Parti ada proses, ada perlembagaan kan. Jadi memang dalam hak mereka lah untuk mendesak, tapi proses dia perlulah mereka, ada orang yang kena buat laporan disiplin, lembaga disiplin, kemudian lembaga disiplin kena melalui proses dan akhirnya keputusan itu akhirnya adalah keputusan MPP.
Speaking to the press, Rafizi reminded that PKR is a reformist party and differing views should be welcomed and not penalised.
Kami ada dua tanggungjawab yang kami nak kena imbangkan kan. Satu ialah sebagai anggota parti kan. Dan kalau sebagai anggota parti tu, saya rasa sumbangan kami yang lama-lama ni lagi banyak lah daripada ketua-ketua cabang yang baru masuk 5-6 bulan tu kan kepada parti kan. Jadi yang itu dari segi tanggungjawab kami sebagai anggota parti, tapi kami juga ada tanggungjawab sebagai ahli parlimen, dan ahli parlimen bila ada isu-isu yang besar yang perlu kami suarakan, kami perlu suarakan.
Following Nurul Izzah Anwar's participation in the lawyers' march today, Setiawangsa MP Nick Nazmi called on party leaders to sign the petition backing the judiciary. He said the priority should be defending judicial integrity, not punishing the 9 PKR MPs who called for an RCI. Perikatan Nasional Chief Muhyiddin Yassin is again calling for Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to step down, this time over claims of judicial interference tied to a senior judge and Anwar's own court case. Muhyiddin says this isn't just about one judge. It's about Anwar allegedly influencing judicial picks while having a vested interest in a serious court case of his own. He's calling for a full investigation and reforms to restore trust in the system. The former Prime Minister argued that Anwar has a moral responsibility to resign, saying only then can a truly independent royal commission be formed to investigate. Opposition leader Hamzah Zainuddin echoed the call, suggesting Anwar take leave, citing Istana Negara's reminder that judicial picks must reflect care and integrity. The Defend the Judiciary Secretariat, led by Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and backed by opposition figures, also wants Anwar to go and may take legal action. They are reportedly questioning whether a PM entangled in civil suits should be advising the Agong on judicial appointments at all. One of the cases, a sexual harassment lawsuit from Anwar's former aide, Yusuf Rota. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. Moving on to the next story, Khairi Jamaluddin has joined calls to block Nick Adams, President Donald Trump's pick for US Ambassador to Malaysia. Why? Let's just say it's not your usual nominee. On July 11th, Trump nominated Adams, an Australian-American influencer and author, to be the next US envoy to Malaysia. Adams isn't a career diplomat. He's better known for championing alpha male stereotypes and posting controversial views, including Islamophobic remarks. He's also an outspoken Zionist. Khairi pointed to a post where Adams boasted about getting a waiter fired just for wearing a Free Palestine pin. Adams would replace Edgar Kagan, a seasoned diplomat nominated by Joe Biden last year. But Khairi isn't having it. In an Instagram story, the former health minister cited Article 4 of the Vienna Convention, which lets Malaysia reject an ambassador without giving a reason. However, rejecting Adams could spark retaliation. Trump's been known to hit back, and Malaysia is already in his sights. Just last week, he raised tariffs on Malaysia from 24% to 25%. Last Friday, we asked our viewers what they thought about Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's denial of interfering in judicial matters and whether his promise to uphold the federal constitution was enough to ease public concerns. Let's take a look at the results. 63% of voters said no way. They believe the issue demands an independent investigation. Meanwhile, 24% said his denial was clear and sticking to the constitution should be enough. Another 11% weren't fully convinced either way, saying more transparency and solid proof are needed. Some voters commented that public trust in institutions is fragile and words alone aren't enough. Others said the government should welcome an RCI if there's truly nothing to hide. What are your thoughts on the matter? Join the discussion and share your view in the comment section below. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.